Dime por qué. La raíz del cáncer. Una enfermedad que nos puede tocar a todos. Aquí en entrevista desde St. Jude Children's Hospital. Javier. Javier, thank you for this time for us. I want you to tell me about your story regarding cancer. Tell me about it.
My daughter was diagnosed at the age 9 months, and she was diagnosed with sarcoma embryo. And we've been going to the hospital since she was 2 months, and they kept on diagnosing her with stomach virus. We continue to go every month, and they kept on saying stomach virus. When she was 9 months, in October, we ended up taking her, and we left not wanting to leave. And the doctor said it was just a stomach virus. We said no, it's something else, check her. They did, and they ended up doing x-rays, sonograms, and ended up coming back as a tumor of 11.5 centimeters. In terms, 4.5 inches in her belly. 3 days later, they did a biopsy, and it came back positive with sarcoma. And they wanted to do chemo. 2 hours later, they said they wanted to do surgery, and they stuck with surgery instead of chemo, giving her 30% chance of living, and chemo was 90% chance. And we contacted St. Jude for help.
You contact St. Jude being in another hospital where?
In Texas, in Fort Worth, which is called Cook's Children's Hospital.
Okay, and that call was made by the hospital or was made by you?
Was made by us.
So you reach out to St. Jude Children's Hospital?
Yes.
Okay. What was your awareness to do that? To concern?
St. Jude was more equipped with the cancer than our hospital. We wanted to see a second opinion from them, and the hospital was telling us that St. Jude would never accept us, that we were not a candidate for St. Jude. And St. Jude contacted them and asking them what was their diagnosis, what was their point of doing, and they said that they wanted to do surgery. And St. Jude said no, that it is too advanced for it to be surgery. And St. Jude told us to leave, and they would take us in. So we ended up leaving the hospital with our daughter.
And with the backup of St. Jude?
And the backup of St. Jude.
How old is your daughter?
9 months.
And she was diagnosed with this cancer when?
And October the 20th of 2019.
Okay. What was your concern regarding that the doctors were saying every time you check in the hospital, they were telling you that she having a virus, and you were like not believing them? What were the symptoms that make you just doubt about the doctor's opinion?
She kept on having it frequently, and she wasn't eating, and her stomach was hard, but then a couple of days later it would slow down and be better, and then we're like, okay, maybe it was a stomach virus. And then again, couple weeks later, we would have to go back, and stomach virus, and we're like, okay, well, you're the doctor, so you know what's best. So we would just confide in them, okay. And this time we left with, no, we're not gonna just say stomach virus, because it kept on happening months and months and months, and we just took no for an answer. Like, we would take no for an answer.
You're talking about month and month.
Yeah.
So when was the time? She's now 9 months, right?
10 months now.
Okay, she's now 10 months, and she was diagnosed last month.
Yes.
When she was 9 months.
Yes.
Okay. When the in and out of the hospital started?
And when she was 2 months though, in March. And March was her first time ever being in the hospital.
So it was about in and out like 4 or 5 months?
Yeah.
Or 6 months?
About six months. About maybe 5 to 6 months that we were in and out of the hospital. And her doctor.
And her doctor,
And
which
her
is a pediatrician, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were always being told that it was just a stomach virus.
All the time.
All the time. And they would not. And at one point they said it was her formula, that it was too thick for her, so they would change her formula. And then it continued to happen.
Okay, the symptoms that you mentioned that is continuing to happen was what?
Empachada. She was empachada. And then she was.
When you use the word empachada, which is a Latin word, you said that she was bloated.
Yeah. And she would not poop. She wouldn't eat. She wouldn't take her bottle. She had a fever. And she would continue crying. And we would always just try to comfort her and just continue run its course, because we were told that it was a stomach virus.
So she was wrong diagnosed for at least 6 months in and out of the hospital, and finally, now you're in St. Jude.
Yeah.
Now she was diagnosed last month, and now she's 10 months. And what is the point of where you are in right now?
The point is, because we trust these doctors, they're more advanced than the doctors back home, and they gave us a chance of 100% that they would make the cancer go away and would never come back.
Okay, when I mentioned the point is the point about her treatment. What is going on with her right now?
Her treatment is she's getting chemo, and she will continue getting chemo for the next 2 months, and then she'll get radiation, and then surgery, and then continue to get chemo until December.
Okay, so here you are, Javier, in the battle of cancer. I know how hard it is, and I'm grateful to meet you, and I'm grateful that you say yes to this interview, because what we are doing is concern the world that cancer can touch anyone's life.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So we're going to save life, Javier,
Yes.
for the world, and in honor of your daughter, which your name is
Kathleen.
Catherine. Thank you, Javier, for this interview. You're an amazing father, and let's save lives. Cancer can touch anyone's life. Thank you.